Hey everybody, just doing a little bit of a hobby room update. I actually just switched up rooms or areas in my house actually to do all my hobby stuff, and for those of you that know or have been on the channel for a while, you remember that I had a lot of running water in the background because I'm really into fish tanks and things as well, and so I was in a room that had like a lot of trickling and pumps flowing water and things like that, and so some changes in my basement. I've actually been able to commandeer like a spare bedroom that's in my basement to just use for hobby stuff. Now it's quite a bit in disarray at the moment. I don't have my painting racks that I put on the wall that keeps things neater on the desk installed. But I thought I'd just kind of show just kind of my workspace and also a little bit of I have some display cases that I put up. Now it doesn't have all my work over the last couple of years by any means, but I just kind of put a selection of some different things, and so many of you will probably recognize some of this stuff because I think probably 2012, 2013 I did a lot of Eldar, and I will be coming back and doing some more Eldar actually in the future. I've got some things to do. This stuff's more recent. Those three actually Ultramarines are my daughter painted those. Actually, that was kind of fun to sit and paint with her. But I've got some of my Knights of Griffin that I've been working on, and then of course I've got some more Bieltan Eldar that I've just thrown out here to look at. And I'm starting a little shelf over here of some of my muskets and tomahawks that I've completed. Now, don't have any trees and stuff in here, but this is just my building that I did and some of the Indians and civilians. This one probably won't ever really have a ton of miniatures on it, but you never know, I suppose. But this is my Infinity stuff. Most of the stuff that I have so far painted. I've got more to come, and I have a little bit of both historical stuff that I've done like for D&D, but then really this is just my Castle Ravenloft stuff. Like I've got the Wrath of a Shardalon Dragon there, but it's mostly the Castle Ravenloft stuff, a spot to just put them after I've finished it as I'm working on them. And so I've got a lot of Wrath of Shardalon stuff that's packed up. So yeah, I just have some stuff thrown out here. Don't really have this bookcase completely, I guess, loaded with stuff yet, but I thought it was kind of great because before I had a closed cubby of all my stuff that I don't have painted yet. Actually having it a lot visible is better for me because it not only reminds me of what I have to do, and so this is a lot of my science fiction stuff that I have not painted yet, and so here is actually a bag of Forge World stuff, just a couple of models. I still, from the Eldar release, have not painted because I have Wraithguard, the old metal ones. I've not painted these up. I want to do these as I might use some magnets, although over time I've become less fond of magnets, although they just are invaluable for gaming. But I primarily want to do these as the I honestly forget the names of them, but the melee Wraithguard. I think they're Wraithguard just armed with the swords and stuff, axe and the shimmer shields and stuff. But I want to do them up as those regular Rhino. This is those Prussians that I have to do for Her Majesty's name. This has dwindled a little bit, but there's some Infinity that I have to do. I still have some military orders that I'm painting, mostly military orders. You've seen that guy recently there. I have a Spec Ops to be able to use for the Infinity tournaments and a tag to be able to do. Then I also have, I'll do a quick glance here, but some folks have asked what I'm going to be doing for muskets and tomahawks like in the future, but basically I've got both sides that I'm painting. So primarily what I wanted was a box of British regulars, so I've got that one there, and I've got the French Marines. Now I'll tell a little story about that later, but I was only supposed to have one box, but I actually got two because of an error and I'll talk about that later. But I've actually got some bolt action stuff. It was surprised as to how much I thought I was mainly finished, but when I got into bolt action, I was just buying stuff, and I still have a Sherman there to do, like a resin Sherman. I have some Screaming Eagles to paint, a Thunderbolt plane, and then I just have some really more just support units to do. Like I have 2 howitzers and 1 airborne, 1 army, and then just like a U.S. Army Command and an HMG. So I still have some bolt action stuff to paint as well. But I thought this would be a good spot just to put all my books too, because I actually had trouble really knowing where to put my books, because I'd be in this sort of area in the basement where I didn't have any room to put books. And then if I wanted to look at something, just even in choice for painting or whatever, I always would have them a couple of levels up in my house. And so having a bookshelf here and just keeping all of my I guess video game stuff, board game stuff, and modeling, mainly modeling and tabletop stuff together is helpful for me. So I don't have to be running around for it. I got a bit of a D&D shelf there. Not much on there, but I've got some Wrath of a Chardalon and other things down there too. And actually, because my aquarium's still in the basement, I have my aquarium books there too. So, bit of a ramble, but this is a bit of a mess right now. There's my Fing Fang Foom special edition model from when I started with HeroClix, and I was really into that. I picked him up. And I've got a Galactus over there. I'm a big Marvel fan as well. So yeah, it's kind of cool. I don't know, to actually set this place up, I had a lot of the stuff, like the display cases already, but like this chair and this lamp and this desk, I got pretty much for free. Like I think I got the chair for $10. We have a thing called Kijiji in Canada, but you may I don't think it's all over the world, but there are other sites like it where you can just trade, buy stuff like Craigslist or something like that. And I was able to get most of this stuff, like the desk, completely free, actually. And so it's just a little bit of patience and a little bit of trekking over there and loading it up into the back of the SUV and putting it together. But yeah, now I was able to do this really on the cheap, which is kind of cool, because I didn't really want to spend the money on the room. I'd rather spend it on models. So, okay, hope everybody is having a good Friday and enjoy your weekend. Take care.